eyes down for the ball. So here we are, folks. Monday, 11 o'clock. Ignoring the inclement weather, in actual fact, we're just about under the eye of the storm at the moment. It's getting calmer and calmer here. It's going to get windy again this afternoon. But we're taking fence wire off. How thrilling. What a wonderful job. There's the shed. And here's those big trees there are at the edge of our field. They're all ash, and there's not a touch of ash dieback on them either. So there you go. Right, onward. I'll bring you back when I'm doing something interesting. Lols. Bye. And sometime later, we've achieved 5 pieces of wire, and this is all stripped down, and that should be enough to complete the dog run fence. Off we go! There we go, folks. Time for a cup of tea, and we've got another 3 sheets on, so another hour or so and we'll finish. But we need some more wire. Need to go up and get some more wire off. Right, cup of tea time. There we go, folks. The last piece, and it's just more. By the look of it, it's just more than the 6-foot piece, so we might have to join the piece in the end. But that's basically it. It's finished. Then we continue right past up the tree and right up to the house, so that we've got a solid fence all the way up the outside. Right, laters. Last piece just about on. Just a little gap there, and rain stop play. So we've had enough. So it's down to the workshop. I'll see you there in a minute. And here we are, folks. This was last Monday's job. Tidying up. Tidy workshop. Even in there it's tidy. And the bench is almost cleared down. This is the job we finished with a couple of weeks ago, when we drilled and tapped the 2 pins so that they can be extracted when they're if ever we need to take this off again. It's done now. Right, so I need to get back onto the lathe, which is really next job, but I shall only be doing that in bad weather, because at the moment we're cracking on with some field work because we need to get it organised before spring, and then I'll need to get round with that and get the bloody grass cut. We've also some hung up trees that need pulling down, and that tractor's ideal because it's powerful. Right, I shall get out my little jobs and we shall start. Right, what have we got? We have a knife that requires grinding and some rivets repairing. Whether I can repair the rivets or not, I don't know, but that's what it wants. Have I got anything else in here? No, I don't think I have. Right, I shall crack on. I'll bring you back when I'm on with it. Bye now. Morning, folks. Tuesday, in the field, beautiful blue sky, warm but a chilly wind, and that's it. We've put the last piece in, a 15-inch piece of wire, just to finish it off, and the job's done. So we have a new dog run, a new secure dog run, without nasty bodged up fences. Right, that's it. I don't know what the next job's going to be. It's probably going to be somewhere there, where all that mess is. Just carry on the fence right up to the house. Okay? That ivy needs to come out of that tree before it kills it. Bye now. They're in.
Yeah.
They love it. Yeah, they're having a good sniff at the new fence, peeing on it just to so they own it, and peeing on everything.
And they found they can't find a way out.
Well, that's the main thing. They run at it and they're not going anywhere.
He's pooing on a dead tree.
No, he's pooing on a dead tree. Good show.
Just to make sure it's
finished.
That's it then. That's it then.
That's
folks.
it.
You are contained. Go on, run yourself around. That's it. Cool. You are contained.
They love it. Right, bye now. Right folks, Tuesday evening. We've finished the enclosure. We've cleared all the way up this hedge side under those trees. We've got to get the ivy off those trees, which we're going to cut it round the bottom of the tree trunk so that there's nothing feeding up the trunk, and see if we can save the trees. They'll probably be okay. But we've managed to clear. We've moved the fire pit and re-erected the fire pit in the opposite orientation, and we've cleared right up to here and round the trailer. So we're beginning to look like having an almost clear run with a new fence down there. So there we go. Right, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow in the workshop tomorrow, because Keith's off for treatment. Bye now. Good morning folks. It's Workshop Wednesday. So what have we got to do today? Well, first of all, I've got to cut a 3-inch slice of that, turn both ends to make a spacer to push the rubber bush into the suspension arm of an MX-5 for my mate Jim. The knife's on hold till the rivets come, because I've only actually got one of the right size, but I've ordered some more. Here's a little job from one of my beautiful daughters, which is a charity shop find, which is I think it's pot metal of some sort. It's very heavy. The base is very heavy. I think it's pot metal, but the base is also loose, and that nut won't tighten up anymore, neither will it loosen. So that could be a little troublesome, but I think I'll warm it up with a soldering iron first and see if that frees it off. I think it's been run to the end of its thread and over tightened. So that's another little job to do. Tractor number plate, that needs sorting out. I might even flip it over and try tigging it on the back and tig a piece into there, just to see it, just to neaten it up and then paint it black, because it's the original number plate, and it's I don't know how much, even if you can get those today, I don't know how much they would cost, so I shall be saving that one. I've also got one to make for the back, but I've also found another little problem on the tractor. Nothing much. We appear to have an oil leak from the tip pipe, or at least I think it's from the tip pipe. It might not be from the tip pipe, it might be from somewhere else, but I'm going to have to find out where it's coming from, because it's oily fingers time. You don't want that stuff pumping out all over the place. Other than that, the radiator seems to be fixed, and if it's not, I'll buy a bloody new one. But there you go. I've fitted a new radiator cap, which has made all the difference in the world. So there you go. So first things first, I think I'll crack on and get this piece of tube cut and turn the ends, turn it up in the lathe until it's got nice square ends on it. Right, onward. See you in a bit. Job done. Right, into the lathe and get it square. Job number 1 completed. Onward to the fiddly diddly one. Whoops. To that fiddly diddly one. We've tried nipping that thread in the vice, and it won't hold it. the nut won't come loose. So the next thing to do is to very carefully grind that nut and split it, because I may have a nut splitter. I may just have a nut splitter that goes down that small. I'll have a look. Okay, bring you back in a moment. A little careful application, whoops, of the, I've just chucked it on the floor again, of the little work zone end grinder cutting disc machine, and it's off. Good job. And that's the remains of the nut. When we got it off, I had to go grind both sides, split one side and just thin the other side down till it bent off. And there's the spindle with a new 4BA thread on it. So now, nut and a couple of washers, job done. On to the next. And there we are, folks. No wobbly, no tippy. And a happy daughter. Right, on to the next. There's a little tractor job done. 2 bump stops on the roll bar just to stop the bloody thing bang, bang, bang all the time if you're driving with it down. And also to stop it tearing all the paint off. I'm a conscientious little barman. Good news, people, good news. Andy's coming tomorrow with some antiques to repair. So tomorrow we're going to have a day of antiques. Right, catch you later. Right, folks, 4:55. What have we got done today? First of all, 3 candlesticks that go on a floor standing candelabra. We have made the pins, the pivot pins, put a 1/4 width with thread in them, and they now, these threads are to cut down and screw into there, and Andy dresses all these up and antiques them so that they look absolutely right, and then the whole thing gets polished and patinated. We drilled out a sheared off screw in there, retapped it and put a 4BA in it. That is nothing to do with anything, that's my wife's kitchen knife. Swords which have had longer tangs put on where the tangs are broken inside, and we repaired the tangs, weld a piece of steel onto them to lengthen them and put a thread on the end or something. Right, that's an interesting one. That's a plug bayonet that fits in the end of your rifle. Again, these have all had new tangs welded on them and little threads cut to put the pommels on. This one, as you can see, that's what we do, like that, just weld a new piece on. Now this is a nail, because we want some soft steel, right? And it's soft steel because very many of the older ones were riveted over at the end. So the idea is to fit a handle to it now, right? And then space it out with a lump of brass there, probably a brass tube or a copper ferrule or a brass ferrule there on the end of that. And then this will be cut to length, and a little, it's an ornamental washer, if you like, goes over the end, and then it's very carefully riveted over. So this needs to be soft steel. Right. This one, which is, I don't know whether that's a stabber, it looks like a bayonet to me actually. Is it a bayonet? I don't know. Could be. That's just had a hole drilled through it and a new split screw fitted. Right. These, another pair of candles. These could be look like piano candlesticks, but they had the pins missing. Pins were all knackered, so I've made some new pins fit to size to the bosses, and turn them. Put a 1/4 thread on there. Put a 1/4 thread in there, and they will now all go back together. And a very similar job on this one. This was broken. These both had brass pins on, which were very loose. So we've taken out the brass pins, and we've put steel pins in that fit the stand, and drilled and tapped them 1/4. One had already been repaired, so I took the old pin out because it didn't fit. Again, Andy needs to dress these to length till he's happy with them, and then file them over at the top and then do all the antiquing and patinating. But that's about what we've got done today, and we're just going to doctor a safe key, if he can find it, so they can sell the safe at the next. Oh look, more wonderful things to repair another day. Oh, we did a delicate boring job on that to clear the hole out, get the old thread out. But other than that, that's what we've done today, and it's 5 o'clock. So I'm going home because I live there. See you all tomorrow. Bye now. Good morning folks, Friday. 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock me, out at 9 o'clock, joking, 11 o'clock. A beautiful cloud formation over Langtoft. Next to church. Bye now. Right folks, what a beautiful day in Langtoft. The poo run was cancelled because Keith's not quite up to it yet, so we're going to do it. We're going to do it Monday. So, tractor out, workshop tidy again, and on with a little job for Andy's missus. It's a blender. It's a Lakeland brand, made in China blender, and it just stopped. Now I have a feeling that the just stopped is caused by the speed control, but looking at the way they've kinked that cable there, it could well be a broken wire in there, but we're getting into it. This lever's off. If you've got one like this, they're a sod to get into. This lever's off, and then you start taking screws out and work your way down. There's a similar model where you take these two little black push buttons out, and then a ring round there slides off, and then the stainless steel part slides down. This is similar but not the same. So as we go into it, I'll keep you informed if we make any success of it at all or not. But it is made in the People's Republic of China, so who knows. Bye now. Well folks, this has resisted all my attempts to get into it. I can't find exactly this one on the internet, but there's a very similar one where they slide the stainless steel cover off and then ease this rubbery plastic round the bottom here where it's glued on and get into it like that. But I can't get into this one, and I've more or less given up with it. It's one of those things that's an uneconomical repair. Right, on to something else. Bye now. Well, that's it folks. The tractor's back in the shed, the workshop, and it's 5 o'clock. I've got no further with that. An old mate of mine turned up and we've spent the afternoon putting the world to rights, but it was enjoyable. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm still getting about 70% of views from people who are not subscribed. So press that button, press that black bell, because it helps the network. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you all next week. Bye now.